Hey, welcome, Mike Crawford. Young Jerks got a special show episode tonight. A lot happening. The green room was booming, just popping. That's a word, popping. The green room is popping. We had about 2 minutes with everyone in the green room, and it was getting good. And I said, "No, we have to start the show." So here I am. Well, let's do it. Let's have a party. Let's bring it back up. Let's bring it. Let's have fun. We have number one, Mazza Media. What's up, brother?
What's going on? Hey, you got me on a night where the Celtics and Bruins are both playing. So I got the screen on my computer and I got the game going on my TV all at once. So I have the ability to multitask. So I was like, I don't care. I love the Bruins. I love the Celtics. I'm passionate about that. But there's things that got to be discussed every night about the Karen Reed case. And I can't just miss shows because of that. So I'm happy to be here. And thanks for having me on for a second consecutive night, Mike. I appreciate it.
I think we're gonna have a bunch of these coming up probably next week. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get
Oh, for
crazy.
sure.
So even today was crazy. There's so much happening right now, so much content to go over. Let's bring up the guests. You know who's here tonight. Do you want to talk about them before we bring them up real quick?
Sure. We got very, very great people on the show tonight with us, and that is Resistance to Silence on the show. Paul, Dana, and Tracy are with us.
Hey everyone.
There we are.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I was reposting your link everywhere.
Awesome. So
What's going
how's
on,
everyone
everybody?
doing? You were at court. You all were at court today, I'm sure. I know.
No,
you were.
actually we weren't.
No,
None of us
not
were.
today.
No.
You took a day off.
Real jobs we have to go on real jobs once in a while.
That's what I was wondering. When do people work?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm always working.
Oh,
My job's starting to interfere with my personal life.
That's too bad. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's
It's
tough
the
to
worst.
get out there these days since it's every single day, but we're trying to get time in when we can. I'll probably be there tomorrow morning.
Have you
Little
used all
event.
your vacation days?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
it was
But it's
quite
worth it.
eventful today.
It was quite eventful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. I like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
What I don't even know where to start today because so much was going on.
I
There
know.
was
I have one suggestion if you want to go there right off
Go
the
ahead,
bat.
Mazza.
Right, 3 initials, JLR, and the
Yeah.
absolute chaos that he for the second consecutive day. And I know Paul witnessed it firsthand and yesterday with Turtle Boy, but that what he did this morning was pretty crazy. I had someone from the other side tell me, "Go, you don't like it when someone from our side does it to you guys, do you?" And they called it karma and all that. But my attitude is, look, you have a woman that's already on trial as it is. It's going the level of the courts. This guy's just here not because he's trying to be any kind of investigative or independent journalist in any way, shape, or form. This guy is just out there to cause absolute chaos, and I consider the man a menace. And I'm not even going to hold back on that. Obviously, Tommy and everyone couldn't stand him. There was multiple members of this movement this morning that outside that courtroom had a confrontation with him. Many people picked it up from LTL to Tommy's streams, and it was just, this man's just out of control, screaming and yelling in public, and inside of a buffer zone. I mean, this is a buffer zone. We have folks here, Paul, Dana, and Tracy, that have been fighting to be able to have the right to wear free Karen Reed gear nonstop. Mark Randazza representing this movement, and you have someone today that was voicing their opinion on this case, calling in a declarative statement Karen Reed guilty and essentially John O'Keefe's murderer. But that's okay. That's not a violation of the buffer zone that's being enforced. I ask questions about that. I'll leave it to Paul, Dana, and Tracy to maybe follow up right there on that.
I just want to say I prefer not even to say the guy's name.
Thank you.
I'm
I'm
but
with you on that.
we can talk about the actions of some. There's been a couple people acting up. Definitely 2 people. I heard one might have got a warning or something. Something was going on, but I've got some intelligence from the ground today too, and I think that the police are going to crack down. And my advice to everybody, if you're with the Karen Reed folks, like if you're not walking, be in that protest zone. Like, if you go outside of that protest zone, I think they're going to start arresting people. I do. I really feel like that there may be some arrests.
I want to address that for a minute.
Go ahead,
real
Paul.
quick. First of all, the Karen Reed camp, or whatever you want to call it, you know, we're just protesters. We're protesting for Karen Reed. We're protesting for our First Amendment rights. We're protesting against corruption, about corruption in Norfolk District Attorney's Office. The buffer zone is unconstitutional, but the Karen Reed camp has abided by it the entire time. There are some people that are not abiding by it, and I'm the guy, and I know it's tough for everybody. If you ignore those people, for the most part, they go away. I know what happened today was a little over the top, but let's look at the past 36 hours. How many people have talked about what happened in court today? I know it was jury trial. How many people have talked about the facts in the case? How many people have talked about Karen's factually innocent? No, everyone's talking about this guy, including the media. So we're giving this guy way too much attention, and that's why he's here. That guy. Now, the other guy, Grant Ellis, whatever. I have an unpopular opinion I want to read that Mark Randazza put out. Do you mind if I do that?
Well, I don't think we need to read it. I think we can just sum it up.
Did you
I know
see
what
it?
it is. I saw it. It's basically he's just saying we should support him because of free speech.
Yeah.
And I grant anyways. And I kind of feel like that too, even though people know Grant and I don't get along. He's done some of the most horrible things to me and people I like. But yeah, I agree with the sentiment of it. But at the same time, it's kind of karma. Like it's kind of like,
I get it.
dude, you were all about shutting down people's free speech, and now it's coming around, and it might bite you in the bum, Grant. So, I think the big thing I just want to warn people, like, be careful, because right now I loved what like you said, Paul, today. The people that were walking along with Karen Reed that were supporting Karen Reed handled themselves so well.
They
They
did.
didn't respond to those idiots. They just let it go. They did their best they could to shield, but they handled themselves really well, the Free Karen Reed people. And I think that everyone has to keep their head on a swivel and act that way. Act like, you got to be really conscious of what you're doing. And because there's bad people out there, and they're just like moths to a flame on this. Everyone, it's like the streakers at a soccer game. Everyone wants it's like, it reminds me of WWE in a way. It's like, these crazy, which is the next crazy maniac to come down, to come down to the ring. It's just, it's out of control. So I just want to warn people. I just be careful if you're protesting. Follow Paul, Tracy, Dana, and stick in those protest zones. And if it's fine to walk, but if you stop, that's when you have problems, especially if you're stopping to argue with someone. That's when you have an issue, and the law enforcement, I think, is going to crack down now. And I think it's going to be those other folks, like you said. And Grant, I agree with you on Mark Randazza. Pretty much, I agree with that, because no one should be shut down for free speech, even though Grant's acting like a jackass. What do you all say?
I agree with Paul as far as just ignoring those people. We do make a big, huge deal whenever they show up, or, they get out of a car and it's, oh, Grant's here, or, this other idiot that was there today. Or like the Glare was saying today, kill him with kindness. There's no way to rationalize with irrational people who have their own agenda. So, and also I was pretty disappointed with with some of this. I think they were state police. I'm not sure if they were Dedham police or not, but there was an issue where they just began to make up their own rules again today, and they left it in the hands of the protesters to figure out, rather than keep us safe, keep us calm, and protect us. So every day it's a new thing, whether it's an outsider, whether it's the police. For the most part, they've been very, very good to us and very supportive. But we're getting a lot of mixed messages, and we might get in trouble for things we weren't aware of, or for something that was misconstrued or misunderstood. So we're trying to stick by the rules, but the rules are all over the place right now.
That's 100% right, Tracy.
And what about what Mark Randazza said, Tracy?
I agree with Mark. I do believe that I mean, that's why we're there. I mean, you have your First Amendment right to say what you want, but the difference with us is we don't go after these people. We don't scream in their face. We don't ask them ridiculous questions. We chant. We say free Karen Reed. We do it other ways. So this karma thing that everyone's talking about, I just don't think it's fair. I think it's fair to Grant because he can say whatever he wants and everyone can say whatever they want, but you have to be prepared for the consequences. I mean, it is kind of karma for him, but for them to say, oh, how's it feel when we do it to you? We didn't do that to anybody. We made a point not to do that and to treat the O'Keefes with respect. And that's what even mainstream media is holding us responsible for that too. And it's bullshit, excuse my language. And it's getting pretty difficult to manage.
What was I going to say? Don't get us wrong. We're not defending Grant.
Oh, God, no.
Anyway, but I wasn't there, so a lot of this information I have is secondhand. But what happened after court today? The state police actually escorted Karen's team back to her car, and was told to people that they cannot ask questions to the defense team or Karen in the buffer zone unless you have a press pass.
Which is new to us and new to Tom.
So
Tom got pushed aside today because of that as well. So it just doesn't make any sense. We're 2 new rules today, that we don't understand. And how are we going to do this peacefully? I mean, I'm afraid of where it's going. I mean, we can only do so much and we can only control so many people. Because I mean, they have the right to do whatever they want and say whatever they want to say, even us. But it's getting to the point where, I mean, now the trial's gonna start on Monday, and we don't know what's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna get more attention. There's gonna be more people showing up there. There's gonna be, I guarantee you, there'll be more rules that we have to abide by because we have to. And, until they make a decision on this motion, hopefully they'll do it by next week, but I don't know, we'll see. But we're in a weird place right now, and we're really just questioning everything. When all we really want to do is support Karen, just
Exactly.
let her know that we're there.
Now, are any of you aware if Grant got warned today? I heard he might have got warned.
He only got warned for being in front of the courthouse and asking questions without oh, I'm sorry. Wait, he didn't have his press pass visible. So they questioned his
credentials.
His credentials. So that was it. So it was, but he said it straight. He went back in there. He was fine.
I think it's ridiculous that they have like this weird thing where they're only acting like people are in the press if they get registered through this court. like this whole court system. It's like
there's a whole
I'm a friggin' member of the press, of journalism, like forever. I don't care what they say. I don't need to get registered to be like, it's weird to me. That whole thing is just so strange. I mean, I could see going into the court, but now they're controlling people outside.
Right.
Based on whether or not the court recognizes them as a member of the press, which is, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is it just gets comical in a way. Like Grant is getting special privileges to ask questions where if I showed up and just said, "Hey Karen, how are you doing today?" they could charge me. And
exactly.
I'm more of a member of the press than Grant is in reality. Like, let's be serious. Like, it's just so stupid. I just don't get the rationale on their ridiculousness on that, just that part of it. But it's going to be strange if they start arresting people. It's going to be just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, Mike, you've seen the protests in Boston this week, this past couple of days, right? I think there's one at Harvard. There was a couple. I know. I'm not sure what's that?
I've heard a few things, but I haven't been following anything but Karen Reed lately.
But I mean, these are actual protests that are getting a little bit out of hand. Some people are getting arrested. you know, but they're still able to speak and camp out there and protest how they want to. But my point is, look at us. We're just like, you know,
I know.
boomers.
In the words of Aiden, soccer moms and dads.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
we have you know, we're not young kids, you know, we're actual adults. I mean, you know, not to say that, you know, young kids would act differently in this situation or should be treated differently in this situation. It's just, that's what they should be focused on. You know, they have all this today. They just started escorting Karen out.
Yes.
I mean, give me a break. They were escorting the other side out for the longest time. Today, they decide to escort Karen out as if she doesn't need protection. It just doesn't make any sense. We're not the typical protesters. We're peaceful protesters. And the fact that all this attention is on us and what we're doing and what we're not doing. I mean, the lies we've heard from mainstream media this week are just ridiculous ever since the buffer went into play. So I don't know. I just think there's a big difference between us and the rest of, you know, if we're not throwing bottles through glass and
Exactly.
storefronts and, you know.
The perception of us is we're bad people because we show up and greet each other warmly and, you know, hug each other and bring each other donuts and, you know, I mean, that's a problem, you know.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That's
you know?
not what they want. They want us to be unruly. So they have stuff that they think is better to report on. And we're not doing it. And they can't find it. They can't find it either. They're not going to find it.
Mike, we have a great attorney, Mark. And if anyone is bored, you go back and read his first motion to intervene. And in that, he said, by putting a buffer zone in here, the state is asking for more trouble. Things are going to happen. More people are going to come. It could get ugly. And here we are. And he called it in there. And now we go forward. Listen, for people that don't know, we got the response from the state today. Our attorney is now replying to their brief. In our appeal, we talked about this order, 200-foot zone, not being narrowly tailored. All these rules and new rules and all that. The government put just a blanket thing out. You can't do this here, and let's make the rules up as we go. And if the SJZ comes back and tailors that, we might be able to eliminate all these problems that are going on now.
How long do you think that would be?
It's expedited. Who knows?
Yeah.
They gave us firm deadlines, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock for us yesterday, 6 o'clock for the state today. My guess is they'll probably start looking at it tomorrow. That's just my guess. And here's the other kicker. They could come back and do nothing.
Right. Which is the most likely, but if it's expedited, at least you're getting them to look at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about it, Grant. There's part of me, like, especially the stuff that he does to, you know, the females, like Jessica
Yeah.
Machado
Oh, I agree.
came on.
So inappropriate.
And Karen too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just over and over again. You see him do that to women, and the sexual stuff. It's really gross. But
It's harassment. It's harassment, and no one's doing anything about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think Randazza has a good point, because if it sets precedent if they start arresting people, you know, whether it's Grant or this other crazy maniac.
Yeah.
You know, the other side, the people who hate Karen Reed, like some of you guys are really demented, sick, twisted people that you promoted this guy. I saw one of you was telling people to send him money today. And it was just, this guy's a Sandy Hook truther. He basically harassed the shit out of a bunch of people who lost their little children to mass shooter. And he sued like 4,000 people. Like, just think about that. Like, he just makes up lawsuits. Like, this guy, if you look at his stuff right away, you just know how awful he is. And that's who you're, like, we were talking last night with this attorney about how they should be embarrassed that they have Wendy Murphy leading a part of their movement, and it's like that's the best they have, though. I mean, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes Wendy and Grant look great. He makes
Yeah,
Scott
he
Daxter
does.
look like a superstar. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
they
glad.
don't-
I'm glad you said that because I wasn't sure if you felt that way. I'm glad to hear it from you, Mike, because that's what I was about to say today. I'm like, exactly. I mean, this guy.
this
was,
guy is scary. He's a scary individual. He's a felon. He's been in jail. Just So if that's the best that you could do, if you're promoting him, I think we already won. Like that, you guys look like a friggin' train wreck. All your people, the Grant Smith. Like if you guys are smart, you would tell Grant to cut the shit because he's given us tons of content. He's made like that's the thing. So I hear you, Paul, when you say don't talk about him or don't engage him. I think that's wise on the ground for us, like the Galera and myself, and even your show. Those guys are the content. Like they give us so much to laugh at. And like to make it's like I used to be in the cannabis movement. What we didn't want to do is put like the most crazy cannabis user on camera to debate somebody, you know what I mean, with the joint in the mouth. You wanted someone like me, actually. Like I actually got arrested and was part of the campaign because I look clean cut. Like back then I was a financial guy. I shaved, I wore a suit, you know what I'm saying? Like
I can't picture it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now I get to be me now. I get to be me now.
no hat,
And
no
they even
glasses,
covered.
no beard.
Yeah, well, and the funniest thing is you didn't see any of it because the main story I did on Channel 2 actually was they covered up my face because I was embarrassed I had been arrested from cannabis and it had ruined my life, my financial career. Do you know what I mean? So it was one of those stories, and it was like this could be your son who went to college, who did everything right, but he got caught with that one joint. So I mean, that's how you play it. You put your best, you put your cleanest people. You don't put
Yeah.
Yeah.
this
Exactly.
crew of like, they're just not. They're
It's
not
like the
doing
end
it.
of the movie Slapshot when they just have the goons come out to represent
Yeah.
their opponent in the final game. It's like, who are they going to wheel out next? Who's going to skate out on the ice next? From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's so
Yeah. It's like, we got a press conference with Jabba the Hutt. I mean, it's like here's
my
Genghis
goodness.
Khan. He's going to answer some
Yeah.
questions to the media today. I mean, it's just who do you just? It's unbelievable. So
These people come out and they're so passionately like, I think Karen Reed's guilty. Let me harass her in the middle of the street. It's like, dude, you didn't even hear about this story like 2 weeks ago or 2
Right.
days ago. Come on, really? I mean,
Yeah. It's just
honestly.
a game.
So people know how this guy works. If we, and I put this out in a post today, if we were out there protesting for John O'Keefe and against Karen Reed, this same guy would still be here yelling Karen Reed is innocent. That's a fact.
I believe it.
that's pretty much how Grant rolls too. I mean,
Yes.
and KP and so many of them. It's very strange, the whole thing. And what's comical to me is every once in a while I'll find someone that I think is kind of like, because I've known a lot of people in different scenes, let's say, from music to art to politics, and I'll get someone I've known for a long time, and they'll be like, they fall for it. They're, someone that's not connected to the whole thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like just the average person. And I'm just like, are you shitting me? Is it you? Or like, how did you fall for that? Like, how are you in that camp right now? How are you following Grant Smith Ellis and considering him a reliable news source? Like, they're very few and far between. Like, for the most part, I hear from hundreds of people saying, oh my God, this guy is insane. Mike, did you see what he did today? Like, so many people that we've known each other and known Grant, especially in the cannabis community, they just laugh at him. They just can't believe it. But every once in a while you see that person that falls for it. And that's what the truly sad thing is. And that's why I think the best thing for us to do, ignore him in person, and be polite. Like you said, like that's always the best thing. Like when you talk to police, be nice to them. I've so many times done protests. One time I did a protest of, the Speaker of the House in Massachusetts, Bob DeLeo, at his house. And I never do protested houses, but this is one time we did it, and there was a reason for it. And we showed up and there were a shitload of cops. And I was shitting myself because I thought these cops were going to fucking bust our asses because there weren't that many of us. I walked right up to him, shook his hand, who's in charge here? Like, what do you want? Where do you want us to stand? Let's be buddies. By the end of the thing, they're asking for our posters. They loved the posters we had, so they took one home as a souvenir. Like, that's the way you do it. Like, you get the police on your side, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I just think that you guys are doing that. And I really appreciate it because I can't be there, and I watch from afar, and that's what it seems like is happening with the Free Karen Reed people. But the other side is just insane. But online, mock and ridicule and laugh at. I mean, laughter is the best thing. I mean,
It is.
people get mad at me sometimes. Like, I don't do it that much. I don't spend all my time going after Grant and Kevin, but every once in a while we do an episode about them, like we did recently. And some people get really mad about it. They're like, why are you wasting your time talking about them? You're helping them. It's like, no. Kevin is not happy we're doing this episode. It's not. Believe me. Kevin wants me on his show. He, like that's the type of shit. He doesn't want us to do an episode on him. But that's they're content kings. It's like they're the best thing going for the movement in a way for Free Karen Reed.
It's the same thing as the news media. All the news media had him on their show, on their newscast last night and today, because it's attention seeking. People see that and they look at it. So we're on YouTube and everything, and we're having fun with it. That's why everyone's in the chat, because they want to hear us talk about everybody else. I get that. That's the way it works.
Yep.
But in person, I live the way I live my life, and the way we should be protested too is I get judged on how I act. I'm not getting judged by how Grant acts or how he acts. So when we're out there protesting ourselves, we need to stay cool, calm, and collected.
Absolutely.
And do what we do. And listen, today was a little hectic, but what I saw, everyone did what they're supposed to do for the most. It wasn't crazy, but he made us look crazy, if that makes sense.
I don't think so, though. I don't think he did. No. Because
no, not crazy.
Talking about from a media perspective.
I don't think he made the Karen Reed people look crazy.
No. He meant the minutes he was here, he made that look crazy. The Karen Reed
he made himself look crazy.
Exactly.
They made it look like, you know what? Here come all the crazy people trying to look for attention because Karen Reed has a spotlight. They don't like Turtle Boy. And I think the media,
that came out wrong. I didn't mean we look crazy.
Okay. I think even the major media sees it for what it is.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't think that you're going to see many major media cover. I don't know. Did they put him on TV today, like NBC or any of them?
No, 25 did today.
Okay. What did they say about him?
Just saying Karen came to court heckling by getting heckled, and they showed him heckling her for a little bit. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think that most people watching that are just like probably have sympathy for Karen Reed, actually. I mean, think about it. She's trying to fight for her life. And obviously they see, I think most people are questioning. The average person probably doesn't really know at this point like we do. But they're questioning because they're seeing some stuff and they're like, smoke, there's fire. That's what we always think, right? And I
like what Olivia said in your chat about it. It was pretty good if you take a look at it.
Yeah, we will. Well, so basically the whole thing is to a guy yelling at a woman. Like, that's just not a good look. Just not a good look. Like, I think that when you're looking at the media, it's not a good look. So, Maz, you got anything on this?
Yeah, it's just, I think what we do have, whether the media covers our side of the ball favorably or not, I do believe truly that there are members of the media, especially the local media, that are starting to buy in. And I do believe, obviously, Ted Daniels, one of them. I know Paula Eben from WBZ Channel 4 was wearing pink. I don't know if that was a coincidence or by design, but I do think that there are members of the media. A lot of times when you have news anchors and people that are on local news, a lot of them do have opinions beyond what they're presenting on camera. A lot of times, it's not like Court TV where everyone's kind of sounding off like a panel of what they believe. But a lot of times these common news anchors that just read the news every day to you at noon and 5 p.m., 6 p.m., some of them behind the scenes do have an opinion that's contrarian to what they may be reporting. So I feel like a lot of them behind the scenes are probably like, really see why these protesters, and especially, maybe some of them, like Kirsten Galvin from NBC 10, she's been among us. She's interviewed, Paul, and I just get a feeling from her sometimes that, she's probably buying into this. She's seeing the movement in the grassroots level, which is in person, seeing what kind people we have here. We're not agitators. We are, this everything I've seen from it as an outside observer, kind people, great people that are looking to spread a message and or have a community mentality. And I'm happy that that's being conveyed in public. Like Paul and Dana and Tracy are all doing awesome. And I just think that that's great that I think we're winning over people as we go too. And that's kind of been the way it's been since the beginning when the movement really started to get going, and it's continuing on. But I do think that I understand. I think Scott McGinnis said it today that there's a concern about other characters from, favoring the opposing viewpoints, walking into the court area, on the street levels that are going to start to agitate here as this thing really starts to pick up and goes to trial. So that will be obviously something to look out for. And, obviously, I think there's going to be a lot more people that haven't gone before that are free Karen Read movement people that are going to end up showing up as well. So I think ultimately it is going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks for sure. I really do. I think I think everything's on our side. Karen's factually innocent. We're the greater good. And I don't mean that to be arrogant, but we are the greater good. We're fighting for good. And I just feel personally that we're going to prevail. And, it would be a lot easier. I'll make this comment. It'd be a lot easier. It's tough enough. I'm going to go from this viewpoint. It's tough enough having to battle a cover up as it is when you got people that are in powers of position that are trying to basically bury Karen Read and burn her at the stake like they've been trying to do now for over 2 years. And you're battling as a movement, collective movement, battling figuratively, of course, this notion that she's guilty. But then you have all these agitators out there, whether they're online or in person, like we saw today, and people that have just had it in and had feuds with Turtle Boy going back many years, as we know there was a side story about that today. It's tough enough trying to fight for her innocence against the legal system and the folks that we believe have covered up and blamed her for this. And then you have all these people on the side that are animated characters that just want to sensationalize the whole story and make names for themselves and be extremely unhinged and ruffle feathers with people in this movement, because it's tough enough to deal with battling for her innocence as it is. Even with buffer zones and Turtle Boy being charged with witness intimidation, and you have all these other people working against you that, truthfully, in my opinion, don't necessarily at a core level have any stake in whether or not Karen Read is guilty or not, but simply want to take on Turtle Boy or take on this movement or gut it in for us. And that's where that really makes me sick to my stomach. And it does when you see the way Karen is attempting to walk into court, and you have people that are claiming to be journalists that are doing nothing more than borderline harassing her. And I use that term, maybe a little bit lighter than I should. I should probably just say harassment. It's sickening to listen to, and it's tough to deal with. It is. And to Tracy's point about the state police, they changed about 2 things today. Well, you can't stand here. When you come here tomorrow, you have to stay out of the buffer zone. Even if you don't even wear free Karen Read gear, when you do go inside the buffer zone, you can't even go in there anymore at all. You can't even wear non-free Karen Read gear and still not go in there. So it's just every single thing they're stacking against us. And to Tracy's point again, what two new changes are they going to make tomorrow, and what 2 new changes are they going to make next week that are unannounced and not even coming from Judge Beverly Canone's seat? It's just it's a lot to deal with. And I Tracy said it so well earlier. It's frustrating to deal with because you're constantly battling things, and now we're just battling battles within battles all the time. And it's sickening, it's disgusting, and it's quite frankly tiresome. I'll check
And
back to you, Mike.
we got this all Olivia Nile quote instant message that she posted that Paul had noted, and it says exactly pretty much what I was saying, which is those trolls are helping Karen. They're making her look more sympathetic to the average person that doesn't know what's going on even. So it will have a backfiring effect for the anti-Karen Read people. So in a way, maybe Mark Randazza is correct on that too. Like, strategically, not effing with Grant will probably help Karen Reed even more, because I mean, those people are making Karen Reed look sympathetic when they show it on Fox, Boston 25. They show the guy yelling at her. It makes her look, a guy yelling at a woman is always going to be not looked, it's not going to be good. It's not looked at good anytime there's video of that.
They call them a heckler.
Yeah.
That's all it
Right.
is.
All right. That's not a good
Andy
word.
Kaufman.
I know exactly.
Yeah. So it's like that. It's so true. It's like, and the media will pick those little words like heckler, like that. That's the thing with the media. They only use, like, especially TV. They're going to do a 30-second spot on it, 2 minutes, and they pick their words. Those words like heckler really convey. It drills it into that person's mind, like that is not really paying attention, which is the jurors. The people who are going to be on the jury are the people who aren't paying attention. Not us. It's not the anti-Karen Reed people. It's the people that haven't really, they might have seen something on the news for 30 seconds and that's it. So I think maybe we should hopefully have Grant continue. Maybe we should support Grant. Take him down some of that more lunch money.
Yeah, Grant, go ahead. Protest Karen. There you go.
I wouldn't say 100% support Grant, but I would say if he goes in there and does something stupid, he gets arrested.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to make it look better for Karen Reed again, right?
Same thing with this other guy. He goes in there. Do we want him to get arrested? No, because let me phrase that. We want people to get arrested for the First Amendment, against the First Amendment.
No, we don't.
But if someone like that does, see ya. We're okay with that. Makes us look good.
Like, so it's a win-win-win no matter what. It sounds like we don't even need to worry about it.
So no one's more. We're all involved in this a lot, right? So here it is, 7:30 on Wednesday night. We have court tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I barely know what the rule is tomorrow. How about someone that's just showing up for the first time? They don't know what they're supposed to do.
That's what I'm worried about.
And they can get arrested for it, or they can get shot.
That's why I think we should give a warning out to everybody today. If you're, because this isn't for the veterans who've been there every single time, but if you're new, if you're not in that free speech protest zone, you're not safe. So if you're walking, you're fine when you're walking. If you stop, that's when they're looking at you as a protester. If you stop and talk to people and congregate, like in front of the steps of the court, even if you don't have signs, they can consider you a protester. So you have to be walking or you have to be in that protest zone.
Or even beeping in the buffer zone.
Yeah.
We can talk about that too.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, Paul.
We had a woman that drives a school bus that was going through the buffer zone and beeped. And the state police has contacted her employer. I don't know the facts of what happens after that, but they contacted her employer about honking through the zone, trying to maybe get her suspended or not. I'm trying to find out the more details of that, but that's insane. I was telling someone the other day, I've never protested in my life before. This is all new to me. So now I don't care if I'm driving around and I see someone holding a sign. I just honk because, man,
absolutely.
Yep.
I even look at their sign. I just honk because, hey, they're out there fighting for something.
Exactly.
So what if Sally Jane from Westwood happened to be driving through Denham to go pick up her cleaning stuff and didn't know about the Karen Reed case and saw people holding signs and beeps?
Yep.
Are they they're going to get a citation or a ticket?
Right.
It's crazy.
Or even if someone's in the intersection and someone doesn't move for the green light, you always give them a little bit. Like what's the criteria here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's subjective. That's the problem with all this stuff. It's
and it's up to
whatever
them.
the cops decide. They can do whatever they want. You have to fight them in court after,
Yep.
Do you guys see Turtle Boy on listen to Turtle Boy on Howie Carr today?
No.
I missed it.
So what's his name? J whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He went to Turtle Boy's house today.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yeah.
And guess what? He didn't get arrested. I think Aiden's a witness in a couple of cases.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if it was Aiden visiting his house, Aiden would have got arrested.
Right.
He visited Jen McCabe and he got arrested.
Yep.
But he went to Aiden's house today, where his kids were.
What was the purpose of going to his house? Recording video?
Exactly. I'm sure. There was,
Mm.
so that's why I like this whole bring it back to
I
the
can-
buffer zone. We don't know who's got the like
Mm.
who's doing right, who's doing wrong. It's confusing.
I hate
I
that.
like the idea.
confirm-
We just gotta
This is
stick-
the type of person they have leading their movement right now. They
Yeah.
got a guy from Florida who's a felon, who sued 4,000 people, who did a long bid for his felony, by the way, who impersonated like a young kid serial killer's uncle or some shit. Like he's really, yeah. This is
Oh my
he's
God.
he's Sandy Hook truther. A bunch of kids got killed, and this is not a good person. This is one of the worst people around, and going to people's houses. I mean, this is
And I seriously doubt it's going to be the last of them too. I mean, this
Yeah.
trial's going to be what, 6-7 weeks, maybe even longer. We don't know
Yep.
what's going to happen.
That goes to my point. As long he's here for as long as he gets attention.
Yep.
Yep.
Looney Tooney from St. Louis is flying in overnight. He's going to arrive at Logan just in time to stir up things tomorrow and dead him.
Is there another one coming? What? Are you making jokes about?
I'm making a joke.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
I'm
serious.
making
I
it,
was
no,
like,
no, I'm
I
making a joke
will.
about no, it's
Yeah.
a joke. Looney
Yeah.
Tooney is just a joke. I'm
Yeah.
making up a random name.
But
because,
I mean, we know
outrageous.
they're
No,
coming.
I need
It's like
to.
it's like who's the next one? What do you call
Yeah.
that when they pop behind the curtain? I guess in WWE, and they just appear like it's just and their
Curtain
name
call.
gets on the jumbo screen and the camera walks in front of them.
Grand
That's
entrance.
what it's like. It's like these crazy maniacs are showing up that you
Yeah.
you don't know who's gonna pop
Jeez.
out from the curtain.
there's more coming.
Yeah, they're all coming out of the woodwork now.
We don't know, but there is.
You're there, Dana. They're not going to mess with you, man.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
No, I
Says
think
my-
Dana could probably stop 4 or 5 of them with his bare hands at one
I'm a
time.
very, I'm a very pleasant person.
Yes. It's all it's all in good peace.
That's right.
yeah.
Keeping the peace.
So
But I do know.
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Yeah,
Go ahead,
I do
Adam.
know that the individual we were speaking of today not only was outside that house, but he did film quite a bit of footage. It was on. I don't want to promote his page, of course, but I do. I
It was
did
on his
happen.
page.
Yeah, I wandered around to see what he was up to, and saw it. He was definitely on the street that Aiden was once occupying. So yeah, I just wanted to get that in there before we transition.
What a
Wow.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Who goes to someone's house that doesn't even live there and to harass their kids? That's who is the new, that's who you want to support for the people that hate Turtle Boy.
Right.
Talk about scumbags.
Yep. Not a very good leader.
Yeah. Give them money, they said. This is what was that guy's name? James Kearns. I saw him posting today. James Kearns, you're seriously, I don't know if you're just best in the head or what, but you support that kind of crap, man. There's supposed to be court tomorrow, right? 10 a.m.
10
All right.
a.m. court tomorrow. We're going to be the peaceful protest is going to be there starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I've been busy all day. Didn't even get a chance to post about it. I put out a quick post, but I'll put more after we're done here. But yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow. I don't know how long the hearing is going to be. Also tomorrow, for those people that are in the area, we're doing a big standout on Weymouth Front Street tomorrow from 4 to 6 at the overpass. We haven't been there in a while, and people on the South Shore are looking forward to hearing from us.
Yeah,
Awesome.
get out there if you can.
I'm reading some of your comments.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just looking through them. I'm usually like lately I've been too like tonight I'm like just too tired to read. I'm just like I have a dog coming in tonight. I'm just so I already have a dog here. Just I'm overdone with work and this and everything else.
Well, let's just
Think
hope
of
that the
me.
dog is a free Karen Reed supporter, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. She's really she likes Karen Reed.
Good girl. Good girl.
Good
What
girl.
else do we have here? We had Jennifer Coffin douche here this week. KP and Clevin were seen at the
Clevin.
courthouse today.
Yeah,
Yep.
getting in the car together. Yeah.
Yep.
Bringing all the fun people.
Yep. So the court's just court's just for motions tomorrow. Those outstanding motions. People are asking. There's no open statements tomorrow. Open statements are not until Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the motions about what they're going to do about the jurors.
Yeah.
If they're going to move it to another court, which it sounds like they're going to move it to the smaller courtroom, maybe, to deal with the juror issue. And there's also the prosecution wants to keep the district attorney, Michael Morrissey, from having to testify.
Yep.
So that could be decided tomorrow. I think they're going to make their arguments in person for the judge, and then the judge is probably going to decide on Friday, I would guess.
Yeah, she doesn't
Or
make
Monday.
any. She doesn't make any decisions from the bench.
Not
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
They're
But
also,
she might. It seems like some stuff's been leaking. I don't know if I saw it from Ted Daniel or somewhere else, but it seems like she might be close to making a decision on moving to that smaller court.
Yeah.
So
But
that
they've
one
also-
could get decided tomorrow.
They're also deciding on the DNA from Bodie Labs if that's going to be.
If they're going to allow it, because it
Yeah.
was so late.
So
So-
it'll be an eventful day, but I don't think it's going to be super eventful. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
She ruled
I-
on our motion, Paul, right away.
What?
Yeah.
She ruled on our motion right away.
Oh, she didn't. She didn't even listen to us.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to grant it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she just granted it without even so. Winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, another thing I want to bring up to you guys. Tomorrow, like I'll be trying to stream it, whether NBC does it, which I'm guessing they will. So we'll probably have that stream. But if they don't, we use usually Canton Community as a backup. They have a Zoom up. But last time they didn't have their Zoom up, and I think they were trying to put it up. And I think the reason that they didn't put it up is because now there's a message on that Zoom that says you can't record this Zoom.
Really?
Oh.
I broadcast it anyways. It took me a while to get in there and be able to figure out how to broadcast it because I was relying on Canton Community. I thought they would have it up. So I put it out there anyways, if they want to throw me in jail. But this is another thing that to me is just like, you either have a Zoom for people or you don't. Like
Right.
Right.
they did this at previous, they just gave it to the journalists. I could have gotten that Zoom and broadcast. There was another, remember that hearing? When was that hearing? There was a hearing that was on Zoom. I don't know. I'm getting confused, but I think it was for the jurors, the juror day, maybe even. I don't know. But they're playing games. It's so like, and are they going to put people in jail? Are they going to stop Canton Community from putting up their Zoom too?
And that's another thing. We don't really know what the consequence
Exactly.
is. Of breaking
It just
any
says
of
it's
these.
prohibited. It says
Right.
it says recording this meeting is prohibited. All of a sudden, on the no explanation from anybody. We've been doing this the whole time. All of a sudden, it shows up, and I'm just like, "The fuck is this?"
Mhm.
So I broke. I'm not listening to them. I'm just. You want to come get me? Come get me. I'm sick of the threats over this, covering this friggin'. But yeah,
Good for you, Mike.
See, that's
the rule.
that's
The
a
rules
whole
just change.
yeah,
it's the whole crutch of the thing. We're out there trying to get as many eyes as possible on the case. The Commonwealth and the judge are trying to limit as many people's eyes on the case.
yeah.
100%. So if you can't record the Zoom hearing, but NBC 10 can broadcast it
Exactly.
on their YouTube channel,
Right.
Right.
which will stay there.
Yeah, and if they're
Record.
too lazy to broadcast it, then no one gets to see it because NBC was the pool camera, but they decided not to broadcast it. It's so stupid. It's so arbitrary. You're leaving it in the control of NBC now. It's like, you should let anyone broadcast that.
Mhm.
And it's
You're
really
gonna let people broadcast it. Let them. If you can't control your friggin' Zoom to turn it off when it's supposed to be turned off. I mean, I could see if like I'm trying to broadcast stuff that's not like sidebars and stuff. We've had that issue too. Like I was shocked that even with the pool camera, they kept the sidebar stuff on. It was like, the hell are they doing? I had to turn it off myself. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not trying to do that shit. I'm not. I just want to show what's public.
that's funny. I'm getting permission to share something first while you guys are talking. So
What do you want to say? Oh, you got permission or not?
No, I'm waiting. I'm getting it. Sorry. That's what I was looking at.
Pay attention, Paul. Pay attention.
I'm sorry. It's just- things coming left and right.
I tell people not to text me during the show. I get mad. I can't handle
Yeah,
it.
I know.
I can't handle too much. I'm just like one thing at a time. I'm either looking at the chat or I'm writing down questions for guests or working on fixing the sound, figuring out why I'm too tired. It's like
We're all
You're gonna be like
exhausted.
the
I
glare.
can't do
You gotta have
text and
coffee.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Have
now
a
I
pot of
know
coffee.
my customers going to text me and say, "Oh, what's the address again?" Because they haven't been here in a while. Checking. All right. So, what are your final thoughts for everyone tonight? There's got to be some thoughts you want to share with people right now.
I'd say, I mean, we say it all the time, going out in front of the courthouse, we never have said that, we can tell people what to do, and we don't tell anybody what to do. We encourage behaviors, but everybody's, it's the First Amendment. Everybody's free to do and say what they want, but we've proven time and time again what works in front of the courthouse. And, we're starting to see, although now, things are all subject to interpretation any given day, but, we know potentially what's not going to work or what to look out for. And we all look out for each other as well, which is a great thing. Everybody's really, we police ourselves, and that's a great thing. So, the behaviors just need to continue. We need to continue to do our thing and not get rattled by, outsiders coming in, because this new guy showing up, he's one of, God knows how many can show up over the next 6 to 8 weeks or more.
Right. I think everyone handled it so well today. I saw
They
one
did.
guy got a little fired up. The police were cool too, weren't they? The police handled it well. I mean, I think the police, if they maybe should have cracked down on those jokers a little more, but
I agree.
I think the police handled the free Karen Reed. There was one guy, I don't know who he was, probably one of your friends or someone you know. He seemed like he got a little fired up, and I don't blame him. I'd be a little fired. I mean, I'd control myself because I've been in those experiences so much, but there's a reason to get fired up. The guy's yelling at a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's scary. The way he's yelling,
He is
it's like
scary.
not normal. It's not like your normal reporter question tone,
It's a crazy tone. It's crazy.
Yep.
Pure crazy.
And the majority of the people have been out there for a good portion of a year now. So it's, the level of frustration at this stage, it's sometimes tough to keep it reeled in. But, again, that's why we police each other and make sure that, we try to keep everybody from, it's any given day, anybody could blow a gasket, but, everybody does well keeping it under wraps. So.
Know what I thought was the best about I'm going to share something. Know what I found the best part about today was there's a lot of stuff happening on. If you watch the last 10 minutes or so of Tom's live and everyone's smiling, see you tomorrow. The kids did sidewalk chalk on the sidewalk.
Well,
That's
And
the
the
kind,
adults.
that's the kind of people we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to read something, and it's got to be in general terms. It's real quick. So a couple people had conversations with the maintenance people for the Superior Court, and asked how it's going. He goes, they actually cut our overtime because the protesters are so peaceful. There's not that much need for us.
Wow.
He said jokingly, will somebody throw a rock through a window so I get some more
Oh my
hours?
God.
But what does that
Wow.
tell you?
Exactly.
The plan was for them to roam around to keep an eye on the protesters. They don't have to roam.
Right.
So they cut the overtime out.
Yep.
Good.
That's amazing.
They know.
They know. Yeah. But it's tough trying to tell them and everybody else. They
Now,
wanna
we
wanna hate
got
us.
popcorn comments tonight.
Oh boy.
Listen,
Because Kelly's selling popcorn. Nick's
No,
selling
Kelly's not.
popcorn.
Kelly's-
There's a contest.
Kelly closed her store.
No. Kelly it made me a special offer.
Paul.
Oh.
I was gonna post your popcorn link, but now I have to post Kelly's because she's gonna get me the big interview
Yeah,
eventually.
What?
Oh, there we go. That's what he wants, the big interview.
Yeah. You know who the big interview is, right?
Oh, I know.
I know.
You do? Well, actually, she didn't even offer me the big interview. She offered me like the second biggest interview.
I don't know. That's right up there.
The father.
The father.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we did post your popcorn thing in the comments.
That's okay.
Tell people about that. We did. We shared it. People can buy your popcorn, Paul. Tell us about this. What's going on? Why is Kelly sweating me about posting your popcorn? Tell us what's going on.
Kelly's
So-
closing in on 10,000.
I thought 10,000. Yeah, Kelly's closing 10,000. Just so you know, we're doing a fundraiser. A popcorn. We're selling popcorn to help raise money for Karen's defense fund. So we sell all this popcorn, and 50% of the money goes to Karen's fund. Nick, myself, and Kelly have a little we're just jabbering back and forth, trying to sell the most popcorn. Kelly's kicking our ass right now.
I'll say who's winning? Kelly's winning.
Kelly's kicking our ass. Nick's in second, and I'm pulling up the third. But listen, in 2.5 days, we have sold $21,853 worth of popcorn. That's an
Right? Say how much again? How much is it?
what?
How much again?
$21,583 worth of
Wow,
popcorn.
that's a lot of freaking popcorn. 21 grand. It's like some people's yearly salary in popcorn in a week.
Yeah.
A lot of popcorn. A lot of popcorn.
I forget the guy's name. Nick had that guy from Jackass come on and put down me and Kelly's. Don't buy popcorn from us and buy it.
What
from
did he
him.
do? Like a cameo with him? What?
Yeah, no, he knows him, so he had kind of did a little video and put it on the page.
I haven't seen that. Where can we
Oh,
find
that's
that?
on that.
It's on the Justice page.
Yeah, Kelly
Okay.
bought most of her own popcorn. She doesn't
Which
like to
guy
lose.
from Jackass was it?
Someone put it in the chat. They know. I think Nick's still in there.
Steve-O.
Steve-O? Obama Jera or what's the
Oh,
other guy?
wow. I might buy from Nick. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the other? Johnny Knoxville? That's
No,
probably one of
Knoxville,
them.
yeah.
Those are the top three. There's probably some other minor people.
Yeah, people knew who he was. I didn't. I had to look it up.
But that just goes to show you how much people are
Oh,
willing
here,
to pay.
Brandon Novak. I think I
Yeah.
remember him. Yeah, I think he's one of Bam's friends and Johnny's friend. Yeah,
Dude, can you play it? It's funny as hell.
if I could find it,
Oh, okay.
we'll look. You guys got to keep talking while I'm looking, though.
Yeah, that's all right. So, anyways, Popcorn Pal has been going on and on and on. Last time we did popcorn, I think it was in January. We sold 19,000. So we've already surpassed that. We still have another full day of it.
Wow.
So it's going strong. We're having a lot of fun doing it. We really are.
It is funny. It's hilarious, the back and forth.
People are looking at Karen's fund and seeing how much money's in there. But the truth of the matter is a lot of that money's spent. And
Of course, you know how much that costs.
money needs to start coming in. You know, it really does. And that's right now it's almost $11,000 that's going to go right into her fund. And that's just in a couple of days.
It's great.
So, and they're going at it still in the chat, talking trash. But
She is, but you know what? We're gonna to talk trash back at Kelly. We're gonna throw up Nick's video.
yeah, I think
I think at this point, third place has to support second place.
Popcorn on the market. Make sure you click on Nick's link above. Kelly and Paul got nothing on my man Nick's corn. Popcorn, that is. Oh, and P.S. Free Karen Reed. Get the popcorn or bust. Nick's got the hottest shit in town.
That is pretty cool. I want to watch that
What's
again.
happening? Brandon Novak here from those movies. Yes, and from the people of BAM. How's everyone doing out there today? I just wanted to say that if you guys need the freshest, hottest popcorn on the market, make sure you click on Nick's link above. Kelly and Paul got nothing on my man Nick's corn. Popcorn, that is. Oh, and P.S. Free Karen Reed. Get the popcorn or bust.
That's amazing.
Isn't that
Nick's
great?
corn. Nick's corn. You should like sell that shit. Nick's corn. I love that. Get it.
Do we
And
know
then
any
he said
famous
free
people,
Karen.
Paul?
I do, but I don't think they will put their name out there on this.
Paul's the most famous person I know.
But I do have somebody working on the background, creating a little something for us to roll out tomorrow morning.
So you're up in the popcorn challenge here. The popcorn.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big fight here for third place.
Listen, yeah, exactly. We
It's
gave
Kelly,
up. I gave
no,
up on
second
Tracy.
place. Excuse me, for second
Yeah, I
place.
gave up on Kelly.
Yeah,
You can't
Kelly's
beat that
gonna
big
win this.
name. So
That's
But-
awesome. Good, because again, I'm glad you brought that up. All the money that's been raised is like incredible for Karen Reed, but it's been
in the middle of
spent.
all this popcorn, we did a 60-40 yesterday. Jenna and Nick Rocco did, and raised another $5,000 while people are buying all this popcorn.
Right,
That's amazing.
it is.
Yeah. It's an amazing group.
It sure is. It's amazing
So-
to see so many people step up.
Yep.
Oh, look at the comment, Tracy. You look pretty tonight.
Oh, thanks.
But
Thank you.
one more thing on tomorrow, though. Listen, guys, go there and just do you tomorrow. Get there at 8:00. Do what we do.
Yep.
I know we feel a little constrained by what's going on, and we're not sure what's going on. Just follow the lead so you don't get in trouble, and go from there. We have the thing in the SJC. Maybe they rule tomorrow. Maybe they rule Friday. We don't know. Hopefully they rule in our favor. I've said it on a other show and our show too, guys. If the SJC changes this buffering zone and gets rid of this buffer zone, the amount of media attention nationally will be huge. And that's not just for us. That's a bunch of other eyes watching this case.
Yep. So we'll see.
We will see. Let's hope so.
Yeah. Chris Albert Coffee.
Who? No, I'm just
You're getting sued. You're getting sued.
That's okay.
We'll have Mello on the phone with you.
I'm laughing at the people that say we're so bad, and we're sitting here joking about popcorn wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Popcorn wars. We're
We're
Really
not the
offensive
people-
stuff right there.
you know?
Yeah, we're not the people they think we are, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's all I got for tomorrow. And listen, I think Tracy, you're going to be there in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are now because I just put it out there.
Yeah. So thanks. No pressure. No pressure. No, I will. I'll be there.
I talked to Tom. He'll be there at 8. And Chris. I'm sure Chrissy Mello will be there, and all the regulars. And just do us. I just got to keep saying that. Do us. Don't try not to react. I know it's hard. We all react once in a while. We're human.
Yep.
The less we react, the better.
Yep.
Yeah, especially the ones that are looking for the attention. Let them look like jackasses. Let them be called hecklers. That's
Yes.
like you said. Like it doesn't look good on local television. It's pretty funny that the best the Massachusetts State Police could do and the district attorney were like KP and this wacky crew that they have that just they're not made for prime time.
No, certainly not.
Not made for prime time. Not made for Chris Cuomo show or
No.
whoever.
No.
Yeah.
Like Aiden says, Tully's got KP on speed dial. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Imagine that.
that's
No chaos, no corruption there.
Yeah. I mean, they came right at me through KP. That was Tully. I don't know if you saw the post that I find it very funny in a way. The KP was coming at me saying that I was going to be charged with witness intimidation if I didn't talk to her friend Tully. Posted that on Twitter several times. And now she's been indicted for witness intimidation. Doesn't that suck, KP?
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Maybe you
karma.
should have shut the hell up and
That is
gotten a
karma
lawyer like I
To
did
the highest order.
and
There it
played
is.
it a little smarter and not be a dumbass.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's well
Like,
deserved.
They always say Kate wins. I don't think Kate wins. I
No.
think I feel bad for her. Like I don't have hate for her, but dude, you're wasting your life on
Yeah.
shit.
On
What are you
spite.
doing, woman? What are you doing? I don't know if you have any friends, like real friends that are productive in life, but if they're telling you what are you doing, you should listen to them.
Yeah, Olivia goes, apparently we're all under investigation. I had so many people telling me
Right.
I was going to get sued for every little post I
Oh my
made several
God.
months ago. It was like, oh, they're coming after you. Oh, you said this, you said that. They're going to sue you. You're going to be thrown in jail for witness intimidation. That's all I heard months ago. And every single post I made. And actually, one of the, hate the name drop, but I won't even talk about. We'll just move on. But yeah, they were saying a lot of things to me. It was another topic that I was going to bring up that Turtle Boy did. Someone Turtle Boy had addressed today, which was amazing. But I had a little run-in with that individual several months ago myself. Actually, I went so far to block that individual, and then one time I was checking my block list and actually found out that this individual actually blocked me after I blocked them, which was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I got blocked for blocking them.
Well, I did that to Riccio. I did that to Riccio. I gotta say it. You gotta block them back sometimes. Don't you're giving away secrets because a lot of people don't realize you can do that on X and Twitter. We shouldn't have said that. Now Kim Fair is gonna figure it out for some of the people.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
She's so dumb. She couldn't figure out Twitter. She was like,
I got her blocked
all
too,
mad.
yeah.
She couldn't figure out how someone that had her block could see her post. It was like, oh my god, Kim, you are just so dumb. You're making up these alt accounts. No, Kim.
I just looked at did you just look at that Microdot's thing about Julie Grant? Speaking of,
No, can we watch that? Do we want to watch that?
Oh, let's watch
Why
it.
don't we close
Yeah,
on that
amazing.
tonight?
I didn't see a video. I just saw a post. Is there a
It's
video?
up there. Yeah, there's a video of it. It's the latest on his
Oh
YouTube,
yeah,
on
we
his
should
YouTube
watch
page,
that before we go.
Yeah. Oh, Paul, when you went off about her a couple months ago about her report, I decided to make a post about her, and I tagged her in it. She must have blocked me in about 3 minutes after I made that post. I just ripped her limb from limb with what I thought about her and her opinions. But this
Dana
Microdot's video is amazing.
Dana has a real good crush on her.
No,
Yeah, they've been
Who are
going
we
back
talking
and
about?
forth.
Julie Grant.
Oh, Julie Grant. Okay, that's the one we're looking.
Dana,
for
do
the
you need
video
a
right now.
vomit bag?
I do.
She
Yeah.
literally makes him sick.
Oh, I can't stand that.
Where did he post that? Because
It's on his Twitter.
Oh, it's on his
Yeah,
Twitter.
the link's there. Yeah, yep.
So I'm looking
It's
on his
worth the wait.
YouTube. I don't see it on his YouTube.
I'm gonna drop it. I got the link on my page. I can drop it for you if you want me to, Mike.
Paul, is there court on Friday? Someone's asking.
As of now, no. As far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in there because I'm not signed in. Damn it.
I got the StreamYard link coming to. The link's coming in the chat to you,
Private chat.
there, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know if it will work if I'm not signed in.
Oh,
You got it on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
You do have it on you.
Yeah, I just dropped it in the chat. Yep.
How come I couldn't find it on YouTube? That's weird.
Mm.
Oh, it is on. Oh, so that's weird. Why?
Oh, you got
I
it?
wonder why it didn't show up. Maybe because I'm not signed in.
Yeah, it could be that, or sometimes a newer video that just got posted within a few hours can sometimes not be
Not
in the.
show up yet.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the video. Awesome. It's 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
This is revealing. Really revealing.
Let me put that up.
Look at Tracy.
I can't wait.
I love it.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Tracy, can you get a bag for Dana so we can?
I already have one. It's right
Oh,
next to
thank
me.
you. Okay, good. Yeah.
We come prepared. We come prepared.
Off screen, Dana. Off screen.
Off screen, yeah, because if you puked, I'm puking.
Is it on screen right now? Let me go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool. I still need to set up a second screen.
Microdots is in the chat right now saying it wasn't posted to their channel.
Oh, so is he okay with us posting this? I want to
Should
make
be.
sure.
Well, yeah, we'll double check.
Ask him if he's okay with us playing this on the show. I don't want him to get if he hasn't shared it with everyone else.
Yeah, Microdots, are you good? I know Microdots posted it to the X page earlier.
He did? Okay. I guess
Yeah.
that means
Yeah, it was
go.
publicly
Okay,
publicly
all right.
presented. Yeah, I shared the post myself. Yep. Yeah, he just gave us the go ahead.
We start this hour with a fascinating case happening in Boston. It involves the murder of a Boston police officer, and the officer's girlfriend, Karen Reed, is the accused. But she says she's being framed. Jennifer McCabe, homeowner Brian Albert's sister-in-law, was searching on her phone how long to die in cold on January 29th, 2022 at 2:27 a.m. There is simply no innocent explanation for McCabe's search at that time. The evidence unequivocally exonerates Karen Reed because it establishes that individuals who were in the house at 34 Fairview that night were aware that John was dying in the snow before Karen even knew that he was missing.
Sources say investigators have video of the incident on doorbell cameras.
Now, in addition to that very incriminatory Google search, Reed's attorneys also discovered that they apparently deleted 18 calls from that night, as well as 7 phone calls between Albert and McCabe. The prosecution's case just might get destroyed tonight. Boy, does that stink. Almost as bad as the facts of this case stink. Josh Schiffer.
We talk all the time about how trials in criminal justice is so often a quest to hide something. The defense stood up and said, hey, we know there's this evidence out there. And the judge turned around and shut them down. I am flabbergasted. I would be as uproariously angry as counsel was. I'm shocked that the truth is being stymied here by the state in what really looks like a cover-up now.
I think Karen Reed is innocent, and I think they believe this with all of their hearts.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know a lot of our courties think so too. They think that this is an innocent woman who's being framed and just outnumbered. There's nothing worse than a dirty cop. You know, I'll take a criminal all day long before a dirty cop, right? Because they're held to a high standard. And that maybe those bite marks we're looking at right there might have been from a dog.
There's zero question that
you know, in the house or from a fight. You know, who knows? If they're right, I mean, what might happen there to this department?
Well, sadly, Julie, we're not talking potentially about a dirty cop. We may be talking about several dirty cops. There's a conspiracy here. And it's going to force certain individuals to answer very, very hard questions because that evidence is going to be irrefutable. Phone calls that were made, phone calls that were placed, received, research that was done, Google searches, things of that nature, that there is no way to explain away. As an investigator, this is exactly the kind of evidence that I rely on. Who are the first 5 people they spoke to? Develop their identities, interview those folks. What did you talk about? What was the conversation with? Like, what was that person's demeanor? What was going on? You can't push back on it because it is irrefutable. You have to explain these details.
You're trusting that someone else did an honest investigation. Do they not see what might be happening?
And like good cops, good prosecutors get angry when they see that kind of corruption, the mere appearance of impropriety. Whenever you see something that just doesn't pass the smell test, and that's what we've got here from the outside looking in, I can see how this case unfolds, how the scapegoat, Miss Reed, gets picked, and how this case proceeds to right now.
Who lost the love of her life, who is being falsely accused, and who is going through this process probably as shocked and appalled as the rest of us.
You're right. She went through a trauma. That's one thing to remember, too. You know, she might be a defendant, but she was traumatized without question, trying to save his life, trying to do CPR at the end of all of that.
The hell happened to her?
Crazy.
I didn't even realize that. Like, because I don't watch that much court TV, but I've seen how crazy she is on the other side now. Like, who got to her? What happened?
It could also be court TV just trying to control that narrative. You don't know what her producers or whatever were saying backstage. They, you know, they might be bored and that, oh, you know what? Go on, read this. But that just takes away her credibility as a journalist. I wouldn't even call her a journalist. She clearly has not been down to the courthouse. For her to say that we've done these despicable things is just, she doesn't even know.
Yeah.
She has no idea.
Propagandists. I mean, she sits there and says that the protesters are paid when they're clearly not. The protesters are paying Karen Reed. They're fundraising for her. Like, they're not being paid. It's just the opposite of that. Everyday people. It's just full of shit. We all know it. And it's basic stuff that, you know, the Boston Globe's not making that mistake. It's only Wendy Murphy and this crazy. Like, so, I mean, seriously, like, the rest of the media isn't saying that. Why is Julie saying that on court TV? And when she was so questioning things earlier, and now she's totally gone.
Right.
I mean, that our chat is saying that. Someone said she's good friends with Wendy Murphy and Coffin Daffer. I would not doubt that. That's what it seems like, right?
These volumes.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the Skip Bayless video someone edited online where they had him debating himself, where he was saying literally the opposite taking higher, good for or against the same topic, and they had a whole video of him just debating himself that they edited just to kind of reveal that, hey, look, this guy's just an actor on TV. Because it's just, you look at this. I mean, Microdots could have just taken this video if he wanted and edited Julie Grant versus Julie Grant,
Right.
literally arguing against herself. This is how preposterous this is. So it's not. I don't know what they do on these televisions. I don't know what their plan is. If these people just, like Tracy said, just play a role on camera. Okay, Julie, you're going to be a pessimist now
Right.
about this subject, and you're just going to go out there, just rip on the Karen Reed movement, and do, you wonder. We have no proof, but you wonder.
Well, look where Vinny's, where he's come from and where he is now. His tune has changed quite a bit.
I'm surprised Julie Grant hasn't called us a money laundering scheme. We're raising money, giving it to Karen, and we filter it through Karen, then she gives it back to us to go protest.
To make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what's happening.
They ran a popcorn racket.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That was great. Good job, Microdots.
Yeah, well done.
Let's just hope they don't get the idea to consider you writing on the sidewalk with chalk a crime next.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Jeez.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
The signs, no graffiti tomorrow. I can see it.
Exactly. No independent thought. Just
Yep.
Yeah, so
don't even show up.
what was that movie with Roddy Piper there?
They live.
They live. Yeah, that was a
Yep.
great movie.
No independent thought. That's exactly where I was getting that from. So you picked up on that reference quickly, Paul.
Yeah. No,
Where are our
independent thought.
sunglasses?
Yeah.
They live.
Yeah.
You're here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
That's right.
We should all show up in pink and sunglasses, black
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Jeez. I was going to suggest everyone wore free ice cream shirts and signs before the pink came up as the idea. I'm like, just come out there and say free ice cream. But
Yeah,
I think the pink shirts were a better idea. I think that was a better idea. So
I do like free ice cream though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have an ice cream vendor out there.
I mean,
and,
Yeah.
even that was kind of good for the Karen Reed PR. Like,
yeah.
you had Ted Daniels show up in a pink T-shirt, whether he did it on purpose or not. It turned into like all of the idiots now attacking Ted Daniel, making the media, the corporate media, hate them.
Mhm.
And then you had like another like middle of the road, totally Sue from New England Cable News commenting,
Yeah.
basically defending. I know Aiden went after her over her comments, but basically she was defending Ted Daniel. I mean, basically what she was saying is, these people are so crazy, they'll go after me if I wear the wrong color shirt. Like, that's basically what she was saying. So it just shows you that even someone like Sue, that is not clued in on any of what's really going on.
Is that Sue O'Donnell?
Yeah, she's now she's defending Ted Daniel because, a reporter wearing a colorless shirt is getting attacked, and you're trying to get him fired because of what color shirt he had on. Like, other people in the media note that, they know Ted Daniel. You know what I'm saying? So these people are losing. They're losing every step of the way. They're morons. You
Yep.
attack Ted Daniel.
Somebody on the screen had a conversation with Sue O'Donnell via some messaging, and then her next show afterwards was quite the change of tune. She was supporting us battling for the buffer zone.
She was supporting what?
She was in support of us battling for the buffer zone and think there shouldn't be a buffer zone.
See,
And our
Sue's reasonable. I know Sue. I know
Yeah.
a lot of these media people. My girlfriend is friends with Sue's, sister. So like I said, Sue's middle of the road. Like, she's not going to pick a side, but she's reasonable. She'll listen. So I just think that the media is now looking at the anti-Karen Reed side and saying, wow, who are these like crazy people? Like, I can't imagine them. Like, they're trying to ask questions to Karen Reed or her attorneys or Aiden's attorneys, and here are these nutcases ruining it for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, that
Mhm.
doesn't make. And Grant actually was happy. He was like posting about like how proud he was that he ruined their moment to ask a question. One of them, the people who actually is there being paid. This is their job. This is their career. Where Grant is not being paid to be there. And so I just think that the more they do that, it helps Karen Reed. I really feel like that. So that would be my message to everyone. Don't get too upset. They're like, you don't just see their jackasses. The media sees it. The cops see it now.
Yeah.
The cops even notice, right?
Yep.
How about
So,
this? Just the Commonwealth
cool.
doesn't learn. So if they don't learn, we learn. Let's look at the history for a quick second. They tried to shut Turtle Boy up. That blew up. They tried to shut the Canton 9 up. That blew up. They're trying to shut us. They put Aiden in jail. That didn't work. It got bigger. They tried to put a buffer zone. That hasn't done it. They told us we couldn't wear shirts. That wouldn't shut us up. Then the pink shirts came, and that wouldn't shut us up. Now the media's all talking about the buffer zone, and more eyes are on this. So no matter how stupid the Commonwealth decisions are, every single one of them has got a stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah. And the McAlbert's, I love this from the microdots. The McAlbert's PR campaign has been disastrous since day one. Horrible. I've been involved in like political and campaigns forever, and especially like having candidates on. This is the worst campaign I've ever seen. Like it's so bad.
Yep.
It's like you're pissing all over the people who you want to cover you.
Yeah.
Like you're screwing up journalists' opportunity to ask a question.
Yep.
And then you're crapping on them and trying to get them fired for what? Because the guy wore a pink shirt. Like, he's not a partisan. He's not. Ted Daniel didn't pick a side.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Same with Sue O'Connell. And the more that they do that shit, the more that the Sue O'Connells and the Ted Daniels are going to support Karen Reed.
I like Olivia's comment. It's hard to have a good campaign when you don't have the truth on your side. Well said, Olivia.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's the key to a campaign, any campaign.
Yep.
Whether it's advertisement or anything, you have to be truthful and honest, because people will see through it if you're not.
Right.
And so when you don't have truth on your side, you can't have a campaign. That's so true. I mean, what truth could they have? I mean, that's the thing. I don't know how that's the whole thing about campaigns. You got to come up with a truth that people agree with and believe in.
Well, they do have the truth on their side, though. The truth that they're absolutely full of shit.
Yep. Full of shit.
And the more they act like crazy people, it's gonna convince everyone of that.
And that's what they don't want people to know they're full of shit. They don't want people talking. They don't want people interviewed because it's all lies. And that's why they're trying to shut us up. You know, like you said, Paul, they put Turtle Boy in jail to shut him up. Now they're just taking the next step. They're going after us. They don't want the truth out there because the truth is they're guilty.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So they don't want anybody. They're blocking the truth because they know what the truth is.
And the other truth is that most of their people that are like a Grant or that other clown are either there for malevolent purposes or, you know, to benefit from clicks or attention,
for themselves,
or they just hate Turtle Boy.
Turtle Boy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's the whole thing. It's like, and that's obvious. And it's like, that's irrelevant to whether Karen Reed is innocent or not.
Exactly.
Whether you hate Turtle Boy.
And as much attention as it's getting.
Or you're Mick too. Sorry to cut you off, Tracy. But that's the other one. If you're Mick Yeah, I mean, that's it, right?
Exactly. The more attention it is getting, which is good, but it's also the focus is kind of being lost as well. Because it is about John, it is about Karen, and getting the truth for Karen is going to it's going to let John rest in peace. So I think a lot of people are that's what Sue said to us, that we don't care about justice for John, which is that's the reason we're out there in the first place. That's
right.
We're the only ones that want justice for John, and that's why we're out there. So it's not lost on us, believe me, but it is getting lost in the joke that it's becoming with these people.
Someone wrote Sue O'Donnell, it's actually O'Connell, is not for Karen Reed. She calls the supporters a circus. I saw that post. I don't think that was to the supporters.
No, she did say that.
If you I want to find it, I wish I had my Twitter up.
You want me to do it for you, Mike? I can find it for you, Mike.
Yeah, can you just read it off to me?
Sure, I'll look for it.
Because what I saw is that I felt like she was talking about the clowns that went after the dude's color of his shirt.
No, one of the first Canton Confidential shows on TV, she was calling us a circus. That's what, and then that's when Dana.
I'm talking about Twitter. Yeah. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So Dana happened to email her and have a little conversation with her, pleasant or not. And
It was pleasant.
It was very professional,
very professional.
more professional than she was on that.
And what did you just tell her, Dana, in the email?
I basically told her she was off base and she was casting judgment on a situation that she's just getting involved in now. So she knows nothing about it, and she was basically out of line. That's the short of it.
And what did she say back?
She basically came back and says, you have the right to your opinion, and I have the right to mine. I said, well, yeah, I totally agree. That's the way this works. It's the First Amendment. You have the right to your opinion. I have my right to mine, but I'm telling you, the way you're looking at this, open your eyes a little bit. You got to look at it first. Don't cast judgment on people that because we're showing up and we're happy to see each other.
Right.
That was kind of part of the premise of her topic was, we're showing up and we're happy to see each other. We greet each other. We're cordial to each other.
And we've forgotten that a man died,
right?
Which is so far from the truth.
Exactly. That's the reason why we're there. But we can't get justice for John O'Keefe until we get justice for Karen.
Now, you know where that's where that's coming from too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because she's hearing from both sides.
Yep.
Yep.
It'd be interesting to see how they cover this, because I feel like the media better be really, especially the Sues of the world, they better handle this the right way, because people aren't going to forget on this one.
No. Sure.
And I said that to her as well. I said, this is your opportunity to really kind of step up your game and, be someone that makes a difference. And, I never heard back from her.
That was the end of that conversation.
Pretty much, I shut it down. I shut it down myself.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how she does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's definitely stepped in some controversy before, I've noticed. But hey, we'll see. We'll see how they do it. But I just don't think that going after Ted Daniels' T-shirt or actually his shirt color is helping those trolls. That's just that's who you got. You got Grant Smith Ellis trying to get a reporter fired, and all the other reporters are noting it. They're going, "Wow, this guy's getting Ted fired because he had the wrong color on."
Yep.
What?
He legit. It was next in line to wear. Didn't even give it a thought.
Yeah.
And that's,
let's talk about this too.
That was from his lips to my ears.
Yeah.
He told me that. Like
Ted Daniel too, right? He, on his Facebook, I saw he posted, he's like, it's been I'm going to paraphrase because I don't know exactly what he wrote, but it was something like, it's been a couple, a tough day or a day or two or whatever. He actually said this because Ted is so straight. I never thought he would say something like this. He said something to the effect of "Thanks for having my back" or "Thanks for supporting me" or something like that.
Yeah, he did exactly.
And it was all Karen Reed people, free Karen Reed people saying, "Ted, you're cool. We got your back. We got your back.
Mm-hmm.
We got your back." I mean, that right there, you're turning someone who's like in the middle. He has no side. He's trying to be impartial. He's not trying to pick a side. He's just trying to report the facts, trying to do a good job on the story. And now you've gone after him so much that all the Karen Reed people are supporting him now.
Did you see
that's a loss for Grant. Grant is like so dumb. He's so bad at this. He's so he's not good at this.
He's not. He's very
not
dumb.
good.
Did you see what happened after he did the pink shirt? He took a picture in front of trees with pink flowers.
Yeah, they blamed him for the pink flowers. They said that he did that on purpose. I mean, you don't think that the other reporters from Channel 5 and Channel 4 and Channel 7 and like Sue O'Connell, they're all seeing that. They're all going, this is pretty insane. Like Ted Daniel is not picking a side. Like he's like, it's one thing if Ted Daniel was like over to one side, you know what I mean? He's not. So obvious. So
this is the effect these people have. A reporter yesterday was at Turtle Boy's hearing. I'm not going to say his or her name, but they were wearing green and didn't realize it and were petrified that they were going to be all over social media because they're wearing green.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It is. And the free Karen Reed people aren't doing that to them. So That's what my thing is. Be nice to the media, be nice to the police, and know that these people are just they're not going to play well on television. They're not.
No, they're not.
All right, so you got the show Resistance to Silence is the YouTube show.
Yep, we are gonna do a live. Can I promote my show tomorrow?
That's what I'm asking. Go ahead.
We are gonna do a live tomorrow. It's gonna be a special live, and it's gonna be a popcorn show.
Are you selling popcorn tomorrow?
We'll be putting the details out tomorrow.
But the big popcorn caper here.
It's gonna be fun.
It's
put a microwave in the background there, Paul, and you can just pop popcorn in the microwave.
I asked my wife before I got on, do we have any popcorn? Because I was going to put a big bowl of popcorn here. I was going to try to find a green screen to put popcorn in the back, but no, it's just a lot of
want to
fun.
be the Paul, the popcorn king.
We're just going to do a fun stream tomorrow and try to raise a little bit more money for Karen.
So when is that?
I'm gonna post about it because we just started talking about it an hour ago.
Do you know what time that is? Is that
it'll probably be around 8 o'clock?
Oh, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
No, at night.
At night.
Oh, night. That's what I'm trying
8
to. Yeah.
p.m.
And so 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that's Resistance to Silence for people that don't know. You can subscribe, follow Paul, Tracy, and Dana on there. And you can also follow Mazza Media too. Mazza Media, you have any final thoughts tonight too? We're probably
Yeah, I
some
do.
developments.
Yeah, you got it. My final thoughts is just basically how shocked we're all going to be in a couple of weeks when we find out that Grant and Wendy Murphy have been playing the McAlberts this entire time because they're really undercover agents for the FBI. Just kidding.
Whoa.
No, I would say that maybe Grant is on Karen Reed's payroll. He's there to make Karen Reed look good.
Can you imagine if you found out, like Mike, I would pay to see your reaction if you found out that Grant was an undercover agent for Joshua Levy this entire time and was just acting like a villain on purpose. And he's just like, Mike, I'm sorry I had that few with you and all, but I'm really fed the whole time.
I was undercover.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, they're still
badge.
trying to impress me. They're still trying to impress me, Grant.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. I would be like, dude, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah. Susan goes, Mazamita, you're nuts, and I love it. Yeah, I got my humor.
I love it.
I think it's more likely he's on payroll. Karen.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm betting on that.
He's Karen Reed's PR that he keeps saying everyone else is on.
I was paid to act so outrageous to make you guys look good. Every good hero needs a great villain.
Yeah,
right?
I could see that post coming anyways, whether it's true or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm waiting for Kevin. I'm waiting
all along.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see Kevin flip.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll flip? Do you think he'll flip? Like
No, he'll never flip.
No.
He'll never flip.
They'll bow out.
He'll
and
never
just
admit he's
talk
wrong.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
those-
just bow out.
he's gonna
Yeah,
talk
wow.
about he's gonna go back to covering psychics and Bigfoot and Sasquatch and
Aliens.
UFOs and stuff like that.
Or
Yeah.
he'll just continue to try to prove that Karen's guilty. He'll never let
Yeah,
her go.
he'll be one of
That-
those.
Never
OJ
remember his
didn't do
show.
it forever.
I remember a show from November, I think, or the end of November, beginning of December. It said, "That's it. The case is closed.
That's a
We're
wrap."
done."
Yep.
Remember that?
No
Yep.
true bill. No true bill. No
That's it.
true bill proves it.
Here we are, Here we are. You going on April 24th, and yeah, he's still here.
I love how he accuses Sean of being wrong all the time, but it's Kevin that's been wrong all the time, over
Yeah.
and over and over again.
Yep.
Kevin got slapped around by Laura De Laguna. Lauren De
Yeah,
Laguna.
he
so
did.
badly. I mean, the score was 100,000 to nothing by the time
That
it
was
was over.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about
Yes,
how,
thanks.
how about when Kevin said that that the third party defense would never be argued in court? You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they're going to argue the third party defense. I mean, the judge has basically allowed it.
The Google search wouldn't be even brought up. Didn't he say that too?
Yep. Like all those things, right? He said the Google search would never come up in court. We know it's coming up. We all know it, but it's because they got those experts, right?
Yeah.
Such an idiot.
So all this stuff. He said the dog bites will never come up. I think the dog bites even might come up.
Yeah, they
Even
got
with-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that Kevin said will never come up in court. And he goes after Sean,
Yeah.
who's been right all the
Yep.
way.
Oh yeah.
Sean has been like on the mark on this shit. Like I can't even believe how I wonder about Sean a lot. I'm like, maybe the FBI does tell him what's really going on. Like, Sean's not sharing that with me, but because of how right he's been. You know what I mean? Like Sean's got sources everywhere. That's the other thing. Sean really does have those sources.
True sources too, not just make believe ones like that other guy that has sources all the time.
Like Turtle Boy has. Turtle Boy and Sean have the most sources. No doubt about it. Those guys get information. And I think they've stepped on each other's toes and got headbutted a little bit because they're both guys going after the sources. You know what I mean?
That's because Sean is a professional. He's been doing this for decades. And Plevin is just some guy who does his show out of his attic or wherever. Exactly. And he's got nothing. He's got no cred. So
Never broken a story.
Nope.
I mean, he goes after me. I've broken hundreds of stories, but I'm not even near on the level of Sean or Turtle Boy on this. I don't even pretend to be. And this guy acts like he's got it all figured out. And he's never broken even one story in his life. Like, what story has he ever broken?
He hasn't.
Yeah. So, I mean, what? I don't know.
Then he argues that he's being objective and we're not. It's
the chances of a guy 50 plus hitting a home run on his first at bat. Well, what are the odds on that?
Yeah, good luck.
What are the odds on that?
Yeah,
not good.
So great.
I'd bet a 20-year-old who's gifted would hit the home run the first time over a 50-year-old plus guy who's got no experience in the field. You know what I mean? The reason I back Turtle Boy so heavily on this is because he's got that history.
Yeah.
I know the guy gets the sources. So that's why I back Sean now. Sean's the same. I know he's got info. I know he gets the sources. Like, you have to. I still can't believe that these people follow Plevin. Like, he's got real info. Like, how wrong he's been, his lack of track record, the way he's such an asshole.
Yep. But it's all people like the people who showed up today.
Yeah.
I
do occasionally see those, like that 1 out of 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is just, I just shake my head. I'm just like, how can you be following these people?
Well, they're going to find out the hard
way.
way.
Did you say Kevin is 50? No, I said 50 plus. How old is Kevin? Kevin's got to be 50 plus, right?
Someone said 57, I think.
Yeah. So I was right. He's 50 plus. So 57 is even worse. Like, a 57-year-old doesn't hit a home run the first time he does something. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen, dude. Sorry to all the old people. I'm old. I know. Right? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
There's very few times any of us hits a home run. I mean, I was a good wrestler. First day of wrestling practice, they were laughing at me when I tried to do a double leg takedown. By the end of the year, I was known for that move. You know what I mean? Like, even a young kid. So, to hit a home run your first time doesn't happen.
Clearly.
I'm not sure, like, the natural, which, there are some people like that, but someone that age, 57, come on. He's never broken a story. Like, I could name some of my biggest stories. Turtle Boy, I can name some of his biggest stories. State police scandal. Like, that thing is just the overtime scandals. The judge's daughters. You know what I mean? There's been stories that the Falco Canine, major stories Turtle Boy's broken over the years. And he's trying to say that he's got better sources and better. No, Kevin's clueless.
Well, remember when Plevin had this big story? He had the scoop, and it was about the drug relation to the McAlberts and all this stuff. And then he had to go on the next day and apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a 57-year-old does.
That's what. Yeah, exactly.
He's following Bigfoot.
That's what you do when you listen to sources that aren't credible.
He's following Bigfoot. He's got the tail light whisperer on his ass. I love those videos. Have you seen those videos? Oh my God. Shawnee Sean, there's a few of them. They make the best Kevin videos. There's the one when I don't know, what is the guy doing? Burping or something? Or I don't even know what he was doing. He's doing something obnoxious, wicked obnoxious, and Kevin got so mad. and the guy he's talking to is like, I don't want to get into it. I think he's a fortune teller or something. I don't know what he is.
Oh, this is fun.
And the other one is like, I've got a guy who's a serial killer, or he's gonna co-host a show with me. It's like, what? What?
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, dude. What?
It's not the kind of guest you want to have on your show.
And he calls the Glera the grifter. He calls me the
Yeah.
grifter. It's like, dude, you're the one who goes after the most sensational shit you can find. Like, seriously. Like, when are you doing the Bigfoot show? When's the Bridgewater Triangle show you doing? I mean,
Yeah.
I know the shit he likes. It's just, come on, dude.
Yeah. Not good.
He's out of touch.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Yellow Cottage fails.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow and seeing what happens before court too, right?
Yeah. We'll see.
Good luck on the popcorn sales and your show tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for coming on tonight, Tracy and Dana and Paul and Mazza Media.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Mike.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate
Great
it.
to be here.
And I do have to just read off some Venmos and all that crap too. So I want to thank the guests. They can definitely dip off right now. Thank you
Okay,
so much
thank
for
you.
being here tonight.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mike.
Thanks,
Dana,
Mike.
Tracy,
See ya.
Paul. Good talking with you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
But I want to thank people who have been donating. We had Ripper Jack Media donate $2 tonight, and a new member, Wine Cellar Infused. And last night I did get a couple Venmos. Looks like I got one tonight too. So I want to thank the Venmo people. Let me just check the Venmo. Anne says, thank you, Mike. She sent me a Venmo tonight for 15. Thank you so much, Anne. Katie sent one last night. She said, great show tonight. Thanks, Mike. And Cynthia Lynch, I believe, also sent 20 last night. She said, great show. Yes. Mark was reassuring. See you soon. I do want to mention the attorney Betterow that was on last night. He was great. And he was very reassuring about the Karen Reed case. And he has uncovered not only the one sanction that Wendy Murphy received, he found a second sanction. So we're finding out that Wendy Murphy hasn't just been sanctioned the one time. I thought it was actually twice, two different jurisdictions. So that's very interesting. We'll definitely do a follow-up with him soon on that. Caroline also sent $10 on the Cash App. Thank you so much, Caroline, for the donation. I'll go in there and make sure you didn't leave a message. Let me just check that. Hold on 1 second here. Caroline said, for you being you. Thank you so much, Caroline. She's a regular donor. I gotta go. I want to thank everyone though. I'm not sure when we'll be back, but it'll be soon. We're gonna do a show again. Just trying to keep up with life and everything. Thought I saw another dono come in. Tough to keep up with them sometimes. They flash across the screen if you don't see them, and then I can't find them in the weird. 1 second. Yes, Kelly Rush. She said 25. She said, great job as always, Mike. Love listening to your takes on things. Thank you so much, Kelly, for the donation. Really appreciate the donations tonight. You know what? It's amazing when you don't have thousands of people following and you're getting the donations. That's feels really good. And that's our show lately. We've been kicking butt. We've been having 500, 600, 700 people, 800 people sometimes, but people are still donating. So I really appreciate everyone supporting what we're doing. And I like the content and the guests. I want to thank the guests again, Paul, Dana, Tracy, Mazza Media. We'll see you next time. Definitely, I'm going to try to broadcast tomorrow at 10 a.m. if possible. I'm trying to juggle all these dog walks around and be able to broadcast all day, but it's really difficult. But I'm going to try to do the 10 a.m. tomorrow, the live stream from court, and then definitely going to be doing Tuesday night, the Canton Select Board, and maybe Monday night as well if they do the police audit. If that's live broadcast too, we'll put that up. So hopefully we'll get some other guests I'm working on too. So there may even be a show on Saturday, Friday or Saturday, Sunday. I'm not sure. Just check the notifications if you haven't. It's like 3 times as many people listen as we have subscribers. So please, everyone, if you're listening the first time or you've listened several times and you like the show, make sure you hit the subscription. Make sure you're checking back on the YouTube so you don't miss our shows, because we do tend to announce them last minute. And that means YouTube doesn't always even have time to send out the notification to you. So just check it. Check the YouTube all the time and see if we've announced a show that day, because a lot of times we do that last minute. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. I'm just checking your comments real quick before we go. Caroline said, I've been on Replay Crew a lot lately because of life stuff. I feel like I'm being on Replay on everything lately. It's so hard to keep up for me. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, MJ, too, for moderating the chat and posting all the comments and asking people to subscribe and join our membership, and also posting the guest links. Very helpful. Really appreciate that, MJ. All right, everyone. Have a great night. I'll see you